Welcome back. We are on pillar number 4. Pillar number 4 of building a successful tutoring business. And so you've already been here for 1 through 3. And if you haven't, you need to go over to the TSA Facebook page and get yourself caught up. Because
Absolutely.
we're in the middle of the party right now. So you
yeah.
need to go get caught up on 1 through 3. But today we are on pillar number 4. And pillar number 4 is all about your marketing and your outreach. So in pillar number 3, we talked about the things that you were going to make and create. So we talked about like business cards, things that could be passed on in person. And we also talked about building your digital presence. But unlike that baseball movie, if you build it, they will come. That's not how that works. You know, if you build it and you're quiet about it, nobody will come. Nobody will find you. Right? So
you gotta get a little chatty.
You have to get a little chatty, even if you don't really want to get out there and actually speak of these things that you offer in your business, because it's a little scary in the beginning. So pillar number 4 is all about the how. So how do you reach out to people and how do you get them to find you? So as a business owner, so remember in this mini series, you know, we're not giving you all the tricks to the trade, but we want you to take a few nuggets home with you, and we want you just to look at your business and think about, how do people know what you are doing? How do they know, right? And so the first idea and the first thought is to be brave and talk to people.
Right.
You would think that's not a big deal, but it kind of is.
And you know, Jill, I as I'm thinking about pillar number 4, when we discussed pillars number 1, 2, and 3, it was all about confidence building with realizing your potential, with goal setting, with seeing what the possibilities were, and then creating that offer. That's all confidence building. Confidence building enough to want to really get the message out there. Like, here I am. And that's where, you know, I always tell my kids, like, being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. Like, you can still be scared and brave.
Absolutely. I'd say you're more brave when you push through being scared, right?
For sure.
So if you're an introvert, if you don't love reaching out and talking to people, both Emily and I are both introverts.
We both are.
I don't think people, I was like, I don't think people get it. I know that in our course, people do not think we're introverts, but both of us, like, totally hermit when we're done all this stuff.
To be able to move into the realm of video was a very large dive for both of us.
But we're doing it, right? So you just have to push through it. But have you noticed?
We are.
And it's easier and it's more fun when you do it with a friend.
Totally.
Surround yourself by people who are doing it, and it'll be so much easier to get out there, right?
I have way more fun when I'm with her. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's so much easier to do this together. So you have to be brave and talk to people. So that seems scary, but that literally means, especially if you're at the very beginning stages of your business, the very best way to help clients find you is by picking up the phone or going in person and talking to teachers, counselors, doctors, ed psychs, karate instructors, baseball coaches, whoever is in your like sphere of like connection, like literally just talking to them in person, people you know, and they know you. And that's probably the scariest part. It's really easy, not easy, but I'd say it's less scary to start a Facebook page or start like a website than it is to send an email to somebody you know and say, I wanted to let you know something I've started doing and who I'm helping. And that can be really scary because we feel like we're bothering people. But we're not.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Starting my Facebook page was, it was a leap of faith, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been doing it for, like 6 years now. But let me tell you, when I put myself out there and have to present in front of parents and special educators, as I did this past October, whoa, way different. You're in person, it's you, all eyes on you. Yeah, that is way more bravery.
It is, because, you know, it's like we worry that they're all going to tell us we're horrible and we suck and we don't belong, and that's never the case.
And you don't know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. So you guys, be brave,
Right.
literally just start reaching out to people. And you
Mm.
won't always get a response from everybody, but that's okay. It's a numbers game.
Right.
It's a numbers
Right.
game and it's a connection game. So number
Yes.
one, reach out
Absolutely.
there, be brave.
Right.
Number two is, this is something that we talk about a lot in our course, because
Yes.
sometimes people make the mistake, like you do want to share what you're doing. Start with people who already know you, right? But if they don't, think about connecting and like serving and helping before you
Yes.
sell.
Oh, Jill, I can't stress that enough. The importance of serving, knowing your audience and serving them. You know, everything I've read from successful people out there in the online business world or beyond is all about serving your community, your people first, and providing that value to them before you get all kind of salesy and thinking about presenting any kind of offers. You want to find out, get a pulse on what they need, what are their pain points, and find out how you can help them and how you can serve them. You're in a serving role for
Yes,
sure.
we are. Absolutely. And when we mean that, we don't mean that you have to do everything for free all the time. Do
Right.
not get us wrong. We are not saying that. But what you do is, in the very beginning, especially, just whenever there's an opportunity to help somebody, help them. Just help them. If somebody's looking for some tips on how to help their child, go ahead and share what you know. Right. And so when you start to do that, you will build trust. People see you as somebody they can count on, like we've talked about in the previous pillars. And really, I think, especially when we talk about online, that is going to be something that's going to be so powerful. And it's just because we live in a world now where there's so much spam out there. Everybody is selling something all the time. And that's okay. Hey, we have businesses, it's cool. But because of that, and because there have been such bad practices in that area, it just means that we have to start, like, as human beings, connecting and helping first. And then it will make it so much easier to let people know about your services ahead of time. And so sometimes even that serving and helping might be volunteering to do a parent workshop.
Yeah.
You know, even if they're not looking for somebody, going to your local PTA and saying, hey, if you guys ever want me to do a workshop on helping your kids with homework or whatever it is, right? Helping your kids get organized, I'd love to do that, like, just to help. Think about how many families and teachers and people you'll connect with by giving and serving and helping first.
Right. You know, some of the tutor members of Tutor Success Academy have such a nice background because they themselves are parents of children who have struggled with learning. And so they just have just such a beautiful perspective on the whole parent-teacher relationship and have so much to offer and to share. And I just love that they're able to really feel what it's like and put themselves in the shoes of other families who are really seeking help because they're there right along with you. So putting yourself out there on a personal level is really nurturing an audience for sure.
Yes. And you'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong if you start that way. And you'll feel good about it when it comes time to sell, because eventually you do need to learn how to sell your services.
Yeah.
Like, you need to learn how to have sales conversations. But if you start from a place of connection and value and helping, it's going to feel so much more natural, because
it's a win-win.
Yes, absolutely. Because what you're doing is you're helping them get the help that they need. Because ultimately that's what you're doing when you're when you have a service like tutoring. And our third part of this pillar of getting out there, because this whole idea of outreach is you need a path to you. So these people that are out there that need the services that you have, again, they're not just going to show up at your house because they had a hunch that you might be the one that has all the secrets, right? No, like, so you have to think about, how do they find out about you? And that starts from you. You are the one building the path so that they will stumble onto that path and they'll be able to get to you. And one of the things that really helps when we're doing this is being consistent and intentional, especially online, because we talked before in the last pillar that we need kind of in-person things that we do, but we live in a digital world. And the fact is, a lot of those paths that we're creating are going to be online. And Emily is such a good resource and a good role model. Like, she's been my role model. Like, I I try to learn from her so much as far as being consistent and intentional online. So can you tell us about what that's been like for you and your business?
Consistency has been the number one reason for my success above all else. I am ruthless with myself about my consistency. I give myself hard deadlines and I stick to them every single time, no matter what. And for some reason that works for me, but you have to find what works for you. And whatever plan you put in place, don't just try it a one time and feel like, oh yeah, that was fun.
Or I tried it, but it didn't work, so I'm not going to do it again.
Or that really didn't get the reaction I wanted it to, so I'm just not going to do that again. No. Consistency means that you are willing to take a risk to keep on keeping on and consistently doing that. And just because I keep talking about consistency, like, yeah, I have deadlines and things like that that I set for myself. Consistency within your community, in your networking, and with your audience is about trust building. People know that I consistently send out a weekly newsletter. Newsletter. And so they know, oh, here is this gal every Tuesday morning. Here's her newsletter. Oh, let's see what she's going to say this week. And, you know, sometimes they feel like reading and responding. Sometimes they don't. But you can guarantee that that is one aspect of my business that I do not waver on. So
she doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
She's on it.
So there are sort of like these non-negotiables for me because I know that they are helping to consistently give value to my audience, also bring up messages about my offers, but also creating and nurturing the community of people that follow me based on what they know I provide for people. So it's all about trust building.
Absolutely. And so Emily, as you guys know, has a huge online business. Like, right, that's a big chunk of how she spends her work weeks, right?
Yes.
But you can take all these same principles and when you're emailing, like say you do tutor some families, right? And you're just wanting to be consistent, it can be a PS that in every email you say, PS, did you know I offer this? If you have any friends that are looking for help, or if you know of any parents who need help in this area, let them know I'll be doing a free workshop next week. So you can, that consistency can come out in a lot of different places. But what you want to do is just, you want to make sure that you're not like stepping back for months at a time and not sharing what you do. And then you suddenly wonder why nobody's calling you, right? Or nobody's reaching out. It takes a lot of like little efforts to add up. And eventually they all snowball, right? And people start to find you by word of mouth and all of that. Really, it's a beautiful thing about what we do is that a lot of parents are willing to share what we do because they talk to other parents, right? But you still want to be intentional about how you are reaching out on a regular basis. Even if that's like reaching out to referral partners like Ed Sykes and doctors and things like that, checking in with them and maybe coming by, bringing them a snack or something, you know, holiday treat, and letting them know, hey, did you need any more brochures? Just something that reminds them that you're still here.
That you're still there. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And then the things that I mentioned, just because I mentioned that I do things on a weekly basis does not mean on a small scale, if you have maybe a part-time tutoring business, that you need to do things like that. But there are small tasks that if you consistently do them and commit to them, then they do pay off.
Yeah, like in my early days. So it's taken me a while to build up more of the social media online presence. And so everybody in TSA knows this. Emily knows this. I didn't even, you know, start the TSA Facebook page until we had already been in business for a year, right? I was really resistant to that. And so for me, consistency I would love for it to be every single day that I'm reaching out. But if I miss a couple days, I give myself slack. It's okay, but I get back in the game. And so I just make sure that I'm doing something and
Yeah.
that I'm there every week,
Yeah.
a majority of the days. And so like for
Right.
me, that's what feels good. In the early
Mhm.
days of tutoring, a part of my like weekly like my task list of things I would work on, just my to-do list for the week,
Mhm.
was to simply reach out to somebody.
Right.
So I had a little
Right.
box and I would
Mhm.
say, did you reach out to somebody this week? Or it could be, did you reach
Awesome.
out to somebody every other week or this month?
Yeah.
And those little actions, they just add up. They do.
Yeah.
Or
Those
following
tiny
up
little
and things like
actions. Absolutely. Okay, Jill. So
that. Excuse me.
we are going to wrap up pillar number 4.
Hmm.
Let's see. So what's our next pillar?
Oh, it's my
Hmm.
favorite pillar of our business, and that
Ooh.
is cash flow.
Oh, this
So
is Jill's expertise, guys.
oh, come back. I just love it because you guys, as
Mm,
educators, we didn't really think about money. And as a business owner, you have to think about money and
yep.
cash flow. And
Mhm.
so the next pillar that we're going to talk about is cash flow. So come
Cash.
back in and join us for module number 5. Yes. Bye,
Bye.
guys.